I'm Casey Squires. I'm the counselor here at Morrilton High School, where I serve the juniors and the seniors. This information is primarily for our seniors this year. This information was covered in the senior meeting that we had today, September 18th. However, a lot of seniors were not able to come because of college classes or other scheduling issues. So I'm going to go over briefly the things that were discussed in this meeting, and then I will have individual meetings with every single senior to discuss in detail the seniors' plans, whether they're entering the workforce, military, college, vocational, whatever their plans are. Those things will be discussed individually. Each senior will be given a folder, a gray folder, which will include a copy of their transcript. It will also include various information such as the ACT, the dates that it is given, and school codes, some information about scholarships at some of the top four-year colleges in the state. They'll be given templates for a resume and for a goal statement. They will have information on how to create their FSA ID, because this will need to be created for every student and one parent. Also is information about UACCM, their test scores into their technical areas, and how to apply for courses at UACCM. Should this child decide to take courses in the spring or go there in the fall as an entering freshman. Also included is going to be this booklet, and this is available in Spanish as well. And in this booklet, there's information regarding financial aid, the amounts, the processes, the lottery scholarship, and the other scholarships that are offered through the Department of Higher Education, and then just some other additional information about military benefits, Arkansas rehabilitation, just some other things in here too that will help the students out. All of this information will be given to the students when we have our individual meeting. Now, the information that we covered today, I'm just going to kind of go through this newsletter sheet that the students all have access to electronically. This was sent home to parents through their email addresses that we have on file. Ms. Wilson had sent that out, along with a Google Doc that has a lot of links to all of these sheets that I have sent, and some additional links as well. So again, in this newsletter included is my contact information, and again, I serve the students in grades 11 through 12. For career planning tools, we use Tassel Time, which is a very good tool to use that is actually developed by somebody in the state of Arkansas. And within this tool are links to all types of financial aid, colleges, career pathways, career inventories, and everything that you can think of. Same thing with our career programming. This program began with the students in 8th grade and goes on with the students. Included in their newsletter is a link on how to access this and the codes, the navigation codes, to get in to take these interest, skill, and value inventories. Some general information, I just cannot emphasize to the students enough that I need them to check their school email daily, multiple times a day. I will send them just brief messages just to them regarding something. I will send group messages to the seniors. If we have a certain group of seniors that maybe a scholarship is open for a particular group, I will send that information. That is my number one way that I know I can get a hold of students, is through their school email. So I beg the students to check their school email often. Now, when they are working on things regarding to something that they may need to access outside of high school, then I will need them to make sure that they are using their personal email address. For example, the Arkansas Lottery Scholarship will begin being awarded in around May, June, July. Well, after the students graduate, their school emails go away. That is a scholarship that the students have to log in and accept. If they use their school email, they will not get the email message to accept their scholarship, and therefore could potentially lose their scholarship. So any students who are applying to college, applying to jobs, or applying in any scholarships or any type of things that they need an email address for, I highly encourage them to use their personal email address when applying for those things. Senior meetings are starting right now. I already have about As of today, 3 p.m., about 40 senior meetings scheduled. I do 8 to 9 meetings per day, and so I highly encourage the students to just reach out to me, let me know what period is the best period in their day, and I will look in the calendar and send them a calendar invite so they can come in and we can sit down one-on-one to go over all of their goals, all of their questions, and get them on the path that is going to be best for them. College representatives will be here. We have about 7 or 8 colleges coming over the next 4 weeks. That information is available to students on the school calendar. It's available to students in their school email, and it will be during advisory time, so RTI will be used as well. Each senior will receive 2 college days. The seniors will set those college days up. If they need assistance, we're glad to help, but it's pretty self-explanatory on any college website. But what we do need the student to do is to come to us first, as soon as they have that meeting scheduled, to get a paper that is signed and lets their teachers know when they'll be out. Their teachers will sign that. It will be turned into Mr. Pinion for approval. And then after that, the student will bring back documentation they were there for Miss Morrow, and it will be marked as excused. The students can do this 2 times a year, and college days stop after spring break. All colleges and universities have different dates and deadlines for admission. My suggestion is for students to start applying right now. I want them applying now. I want them applying to every single college that they are interested in. I do not want them to leave out anything that they could possibly be interested in attending for several reasons. First off, I want them to have an idea of getting the acceptance into the college. So they know if they're accepted in the college, they know if there's additional paperwork that needs to be done. They know that once they are accepted in and offered a scholarship, they know what qualifications they must have, that they must keep, and if it requires them to get a higher ACT score, then they have time to do that. With their paperwork in and accepted, then all the college has to do is update the ACT score. I want students to just know and to start planning now at the colleges that they want to apply to and that they're interested in, so then we can begin looking at financial aid, and we have some things to compare to. Now, there is a comparison sheet located in their folder of the top 5 four-year colleges in the state when you look at tuition, room and board, and then the amount of scholarships that are offered. So I always want the students to look and apply to these colleges, because a lot of the colleges have priority deadlines that are in September, October, and November. Our awards assembly will be held Wednesday, April 16th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. This is plenty of notice for everybody to be here. This is a huge event. We have an extremely supportive community. We have over 50 local scholarships and presenters that come that day. And so we're very, very thankful for them. So we just want to be sure that everyone knows that April 16th is the day. Current UACCM students, if your child or you are taking classes, or you, the student, are taking classes at UACCM currently, and they're taking them on our campus, I will be able to register them for their spring courses. If they are taking classes at UACCM campus, UACCM has to do the registration for them for the spring. There will be a date set up that UACCM will be here, or the student can reach out to UACCM to schedule a time to register for their courses. If you have never taken courses at UACCM and you would like to take courses in the spring, all of that information is in your folder. All of the information is everything, because I've shared all of this information electronically as well. And it describes to you the application process and the agreement forms, but it is not too late to begin taking college courses in the spring if that is something that the student would like to do. If you are majoring in education, if your goal is to become a teacher, this is just a little side note that UCA and Arkansas Tech both require the writing score on the ACT. So if a student is thinking about going into education, I encourage them to take the writing portion on the ACT at least one time. For financial aid, more changes are coming. Last year they completely overhauled the financial aid system in the application process, and this year they're kind of doing the same thing again. So the financial aid application, the FAFSA, will not open until they're saying December. So that is kind of what we're shooting for right now. The information that will be needed for that will be your 2023 taxes when that is open. We will have a financial aid night in February of 2025. So we will have a financial aid night where we will have financial aid representatives here helping the parents apply for the FAFSA and to give them more information. So please keep that in mind. In this packet is an FSA ID form, gives step-by-step directions on how to create an FSA ID. One parent and the child each need to have what is called the FSA ID. It's basically a username and password that will serve as your entrance into the application and serve as your signature on the application once it is complete. This ID is open now and can be made at any time. Though the application will not open until December, this is a good thing to go ahead and kind of get through, because once you do it, it takes about 5 days for everything to clear through. So please keep that in mind, and all of that information is going to be included in the folder for the student. The Arkansas Lottery Scholarship, also called the Arkansas Academic Challenge. This is applied for through Arkansas Department of Higher Ed. Information and links on this are in this newsletter and electronically with the students. Again, do not use a school email when applying for this. The only requirement is a 19 on the ACT or an average of a 246 on the AccuPlacer. And so this application will open October 1st and it will close July 1st of 2025. There's also additional applications in this portal as well. And if your child or you as a student are going to be a teacher, there is a new scholarship, and it is $6,000 a year if you commit to being a teacher for every year that this scholarship is awarded. It is a phenomenal scholarship, and so I really want students who are going into education to take advantage of this. This is a new scholarship in the first year that it will be offered. Okay, speaking of scholarships, again, we have a very generous community when it comes to local scholarships, meaning people from the community create a scholarship, for their business or in honor of somebody, in memory of somebody. They set the qualifications. I work with them one-on-one to come up with an application and a process. The families typically choose the winner, let me know, and then this is how it gets going for our awards assembly. So all of these, I try to open all of them the first week of January, and they will close March 1st. Most of them are in a Google form or they're on paper. But the items that are needed for these scholarships include a resume, a goal statement, which the templates are within the folder, and letters of recommendation. We rely heavily on resumes because this allows a child to be seen beyond their grade point average and their ACT score. It shows their community involvement. It shows if they worked. It shows their extracurricular activities. We work with the students on these. We work with them if they allow us to share with us so we can proof them. The goal statement is a statement about what the child's future goals are and what they intend to do and how they intend to serve others. And so that information is vital to the scholarship applications. So all of the applications require this. So once a student has a solid resume and a solid goal statement, they have already gotten most of the information together for the scholarship application. Let's see. Okay, additionally, a lot of our public colleges have their scholarship applications and their admission applications in one form. For example, if you apply to UCA or apply to Arkansas Tech University, they will award an academic scholarship if your admission application qualifies you for one. For example, they look at the GPA or they look at the ACT scores. Now, there are other scholarships that are available at colleges. UCA and ATU both have hundreds of them. And they are the private scholarships or the foundation scholarships. It's basically the equivalent of a local scholarship given at the high school, but given at the college level. Those are all separate applications and separate places on their website to look for those things. So I encourage the students to always look for those. Once a student has applied to any college, if they will reach out to me or to Miss Reed, our front office secretary right here in the counselor's office, we will send off their transcript, shot records, and test scores for them if they will reach out and let us know. Now, if their ACT score goes up after we have sent out those test scores to the colleges. If they will please contact us so we can send the updated scores. We'll be glad to do that. Arkansas Rehabilitation Services. This is a service that is offered through the state of Arkansas for students with multiple things, such as learning disabilities, physical disabilities, cognitive disabilities, different types of medical conditions. We will have somebody that will come, likely in January, February, to meet with the students to give them information and begin the application process. They provide things for students going into the workforce and going into college. And so this is a great resource for the students. So we just encourage the students to be aware of this and to listen for when they're going to be here. Again, I encourage students to apply for college now. They can accept you at colleges year-round, but I really would love for them to kind of focus this fall semester on getting all of their applications in, because it will be here, spring will be here before we know it, when we're making final decisions on where the students are going to go. Now, as far as testing, ACT, we do have fee waivers that are available for the students. The current cost right now to take the ACT is $69. It is given several times a year. The calendar is in this form, but the two that I am most concerned about for seniors are going to be October 26th and December 14th. Because for scholarship purposes, most colleges will not take a test score after December 14th. There might be a handful that will accept a test score for scholarship purposes with the February test, but I definitely encourage all seniors to take the October 26th and the December 14th test. This coming Friday is the deadline for the September test. For the October test. So I would really encourage the students to apply for that. The AccuPlacer will be given here multiple times on our campus to the students free of cost. We also have an agreement with UACCM for the AccuPlacer to be given on their campus if the students need to take the AccuPlacer and cannot wait until we have it on our campus. We can give the students a voucher to go to UACCM. They get it every day of the week at 9 a.m. and at 1 p.m. They do not have to have an appointment to take this test. But I just encourage them to come visit with me so we can kind of talk about what test scores they need and what they're in need of before they go do this. But that is definitely an option for them. That's all of the basic information that I have that I kind of shared with the seniors earlier today. I hope this video has helped. My contact information is in the newsletter, and again, all of this is posted online. It's posted through our high school website, through the counselor tabs there. The students will all have a folder with all of this information in it. And again, I just look forward to meeting with all of the students, whether they're entering into college, the workforce, the military. We just want to set them on the path that they've set their goals towards, and allow them to just reach their goals that they've been working on all through high school.